Hello, everyone. I'm Senator Garlan Gudger, and I came today to read a book for Christmas. And the book that I have chosen is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's in this little group of books called the Little Golden Books, and you can see there's a lot of different ones that are there, but I always loved these when I was a kid. So let's get into it. And Merry Christmas. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Christmastown, also known as the North Pole, is the wonderful place where Santa Claus lives with Miss Claus, all the elves, and the flying reindeer that pull Santa's sleigh every Christmas Eve. Nowadays, Christmastime is a happy place. The elves make toys, the reindeer fly. But in the old days, everyone had to watch out for the abominable snow monster. He was big and furry and hated anything having to do with Christmas. And he liked to eat reindeer. It all started to change when Santa's lead reindeer, Donner, became a papa. "We'll call him Rudolph," said Donner, looking at his new son. Suddenly, Donner and Miss Donner saw a bright light. "He's got a shiny red nose," said Donner in surprise. "I'd say it even glows." You see, Papa and Mama, and then little Rudolph the reindeer. Santa came to see the new arrival. But then he saw Rudolph's nose. "Let's hope this glowing stops if Rudolph wants to make a sleigh team," Santa said. "We can't have any shiny noses flying through the sky at night." So the Donners put a little cover over Rudolph's nose. Soon it was time for the new fawns to go to the reindeer games. There they would be inspected by Santa, who would choose the best reindeer for his team. At first, Rudolph felt shy. But soon he met a doe named Clarice. "I think you're cute," she told Rudolph. The coach arrived to teach the fawns what they needed to know to be on Santa's team. "First, we will learn to fly," he told them. "You have to get up enough speed to jump into the wind." Rudolph was so excited about his new friend that he took off with great whoosh. He soared high over the heads of the reindeer and Santa too. There's the Santa and the coach. But all of the young reindeer continued to play. The cover popped off Rudolph's nose. It glowed for all to see. At first, the other deer were frightened, but soon they began to laugh and call poor Rudolph names. "Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer," they jeered. And the coach said, "Go on home. From now on, you can't join any of our reindeer games." Only Clarice didn't laugh at Rudolph. Poor Rudolph wandered off alone. Soon he met an elf who was hiding in the woods. "My name is Hermie," he said to the elf said. "I want to be a dentist, but right now I'm just an elf who doesn't belong. And I'm a red-nosed reindeer," sighed Rudolph. The pair decided to be friends and to run away together. They haven't wandered far when they had heard a terrible roaring of the abominable snow monster. "It's my nose," said Rudolph. "The monster sees it coming, and he is coming for us." Rudolph and Hermie were saved by the Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the North. "Jump on my sled," he said, Cornelius, "and we'll run like crazy." No matter how fast they went, the monster stayed close behind. Finally, they were trapped under the water's edge, and Cornelius chopped up with his axe, and the friends floated safely away. They floated all night and landed on a strange island where they were greeted by a puppet that sprang up from a box. "I'm the official sentry of the island of misfit toys," said the puppet. "My name is Carly, and that's why I'm a misfit toy. No child wants to play with Carly in a box." You can see the puppet right there. "We want to travel with Santa Claus and his magic sleigh," said a misfit doll. "Otherwise, we'll miss all the fun with the boys and girls when Christmas Day arrives." The friends met an elephant with polka dots, and a choo-choo train with square wheels, a water pistol that shot jelly, bird that swam, a cowboy riding an ostrich, and a boat that couldn't float. These were all misfits too, said Rudolph. Maybe we could all stay here with you guys. But the king of the island wouldn't let them stay for they said they would only stay for one night. The island is for the toys alone, he said. A living creature cannot hide here. But you can help us. When you return to Christmastown, tell Santa about these homeless toys. I'm sure he can find boys and girls who would be happy for them to play with. A toy is never happy until it's loved by a child. That night, Hermie and Cornelius slept. Rudolph stayed wide awake. My nose will only bring all my friends into more danger, he thought. I must go off on my own. But he wandered alone in the snow. Rudolph realized that he couldn't run away from his troubles. So Rudolph returned to the mainland and headed for Christmastown. But first, he had to pass the cave of the abominable snow monster. As he did, Rudolph heard the voices crying, "Help, help!" Rudolph rushed inside. There were Rudolph's parents and Clarice. They had been searching for Rudolph and had been caught by the monster who was about to devour Clarice, his friend. "Put her down," Rudolph cried, butting the surprised monster in the head with his little antlers. Just then, Hermie and Cornelius pulled up outside the cave. They had followed Rudolph's trail in the snow and knew he needed help. "An abominable snow monster will never pass up a pork dinner," says Cornelius. "Hermie, you sit outside the cave and oink like a pig. And when the monster comes out, watch out." Hermie approached the mouth of the cave. "Oink, oink," he said. The monster dropped Clarice and rushed outside. At that moment, Cornelius pushed a giant snowball down on top of him. Splat! Working quickly while the monster was stunned, Hermie used his dentist tools to remove the monster's teeth. Back at Christmastown, Rudolph told how he and his friends had defeated the abominable snow monster. Everyone realized that the misfits have their place too. Rudolph told Santa about the misfit toys. As soon as the storm lets up, I'll find homes for all of them, Santa promised. Then the weather elf handed Santa his report. Santa gasped. "The storm won't subside by tonight. I won't be able to fly my sleigh." Suddenly, a flash of light caught Santa's eyes. "Rudolph," he said, "what a beautiful, wonderful nose." "Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" Santa said. Rudolph said, "I would be honored to," putting on his jingle bells. "Okay, Rudolph," Santa said. "First stop is the island of misfit toys. Up, up, and away." And with Rudolph leading the way, Santa soon found loving homes for all of those lonely toys. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, everyone sang, "You'll go down in history." And he did. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us with Rudolph and the red-nosed reindeers.